Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Total War Rome 2 Roman Empire campaign. So, in the last episode, we finished our war with the Massilians. We didn't actually completely destroy them as a faction. We did take their capital, and in the episode prior to that, we took their other two settlements. But they still have one village left, and we've left them to that. But we did force them to become a client state, so they will pay tribute to us. But otherwise, they're more or less autonomous. And we'll come back to dealing with them later. But for now, I didn't want to start pushing into Gaul. So I feel like just taking Massalia was enough for the time being. We're going to start shifting our focus south or east. I either want to deal with Carthage next or get involved with Greece. Eventually, what I'd like to do is we'll probably conquer like everything in here. But Athens and Sparta, I'm going to try to turn into satrapies. So they'll still exist as factions. We'll be able to levy troops from them. They won't be able to declare war or be autonomous like a client state would. Satrapy is a lot more constricted in what they can do. They're basically like true puppets versus a client state. They can still declare their own wars and do their own things. They just have to pay a little bit of tribute to us first and have to go to war when we're attacked. But actually, I think they have to go to war if we declare it too. Anyways, with the satrapy, it is a lot more limited in what their freedoms are. So they're basically just an extension of us versus somebody who's just kind of allied passively to us or subserviently. So we're going to try to do that with Sparta and Athens, and I haven't decided what I want to do with Crete. But we'll see. Because there are two potential ways we can get Cretan archers from them. But we can discuss that later. That's not really relevant now. So we have a bunch of money. We completed an objective, and something I should have been doing more in the first couple episodes is looking at these objectives. Because they are kind of important. It's not the end of the world if you don't complete them, but it definitely benefits you to do that because they often pay you quite a lot of money. So this one wants me to maintain 60 units in total. There's also some sub-objectives. So it wants me to hold the entirety of this province, which just means taking Corrales from Carthage. I don't know why I couldn't remember their name. Which is something we probably want to do anyways. Maintain 10 naval units, which only requires me to recruit 4 more. Not a big deal. They want me to research naval maneuvers, which we can also do. And hold at least one settlement in the following provinces. So, 1 in Illyria, which is these 3 here. 1 in Macedonia, which is Apollonia, Larissa, and Pella, which we can't see right now. And then 1 in Hellas, which is what we were just talking about. Now, I don't know how I need to hold them. A lot of the times, if it's a client state of yours or an ally of yours, that counts as holding that province. I don't know if that's the case here. But if it is, then we can, just client state or satrapy, one of these two, or try to take Crete. But that's kind of far. I don't know that I want to have to defend that right now until our empire is expanded in that direction. For Illyria and Macedonia, that's a little bit easier. There's a lot of single province faction or single settlement factions for us to take land from. So either one of these two. There's also our wife's queendom right there. And then in Macedonia, there is Apollonia right here, which is just a quick hop over. I'm trying to remember the modern name for this. Is this the Adriatic? Yeah. Adriatic Sea. Mare Adriaticum. So, yeah, just from Brundisium we can hop over. Easy enough, though there is a very large Spartan army there. But we're going to, end up in conflict with the Spartans anyways, and going to war with them is potentially 2 birds with 1 stone on that objective. We don't have to complete all of the side objectives, but again, there are benefits for doing so. Anyways, we have money to spend, so let's spend some. The first thing I think I want to do is, can I afford to move you? Like, if you leave that province to recruit some cavalry. Are we gonna like collapse right here and have a rebellion? Can we switch you guys? I think we can, but it would require a force march, which probably we can pull it off. So what I want to do is have them step just across the border here. Well, I mean, they can go as far as they want, but you guys then are going to force march into Junia, which should preserve the public order here. What are we at? +7, that's fine. This was going down regardless. So just march as far in as you can. Next turn we'll have them sit on the city to kind of fix that. But the reason I wanted to move them in here is so we can get some auxiliary Celtic light horses before I destroy that building. So 2 I think is enough. Unfortunately, we just missed the end of that last event that gave us 2 unit ranks on any cavalry recruit. These guys got it, but we missed this one by a turn. So next turn they'll sit on this and improve the public order. That building can't get destroyed yet. This can be converted, though I'm not sure what I want it to be. I think for now it might just need to stay because we need that food. This, on the other hand, we can convert to, I suppose we'll do an amphitheater. Yeah, an amphitheater's fine. But what we'll probably do with that one is go with the Circus Maximus rather than the Colosseum. We're going to have less space in this province to build public order buildings, so I think it makes more sense to have the higher public order, less income version of that tree. Over here, we could do some upgrades, but I don't know that that's super necessary. We've got upgrades available here as well, and then down here too. I think food here is a good idea because we're at 1. When this finishes, we'll be at 0. And if we want to, well, that's not going to cost me any food. That doesn't matter. How about up here? I feel like Arminium should get an upgrade. Does Arminium make sense as like my primary naval port? I feel like it kind of does. Right now, Brundisium is a military wharf, but I'd almost rather that be a trade port, because I think that'll net me more money. I don't know. I don't know that it matters. Let's do it in Arminium. It's kind of more back here, so if we need to deploy, if we need to make ships for war, this is a lot more likely to get blockaded than that is, because it's so far back. They'd have to sail all the way through the Adriatic to get there. So, I think that makes more sense. Do I want the shipwright or the military wharf, though? Let's look at the differences. So, for the military wharf, we get artillery ships and Volatile skirmisher ships. These are actually pretty good for like your basic support ships. The only difference between them really is the ship is, well, there's actually quite a few differences. The ship is overall better. You can see that the ship is different. They also are capable of throwing fire javelins just like on land versus these guys who aren't, so it's much easier to set enemy ships alight. So that is something to consider. I don't remember if one of them is faster than the other. This is a faster ship. But I wonder, can we get Velites on the raiding ships? Maybe we can. And then if we do the shipwright, we get these assault biremes, which can be quite good. But I tend to prefer ranged ships because they generally take less damage over the course of several battles. You're going to find that they're generally going to survive more than a ship that literally has to run into enemy ships to do its job. So I think the military wharf makes the most sense. It's going to be a little bit expensive, but let's do it. And I don't think food is going to be an issue just yet. We could upgrade this for some more public order, etc., etc. I don't know that that's necessary. Down here, that could be worth it just for the cultural conversion, which is going in our favor as much as it could. So let's maybe look up here then. Oh, I should also probably secure some loyalty before I run out of money. -16. Just the House of Julia, huh? So that should put them at minus... Should have been -5, but okay. Wasn't it -15? Or was it -16? I don't remember now. Even though I just said it, I don't remember. Oh, let's upgrade this too. So I definitely want more growth, and the additional income is just a bonus. This is going to give us a better garrison and public order, but less growth. So long term, this is the better choice. I think what I'll do for like these settlements in the Alps right here, so this whole province, nope, there we go, this whole province right here, we'll do the military versions of those buildings so that they have better garrisons and kind of create a buffer of like military settlements in the Alps. But again, this is going to be like my recruitment area, so I think it makes more sense to have... Well, the growth is beneficial anywhere because that's the only way we get more building slots. Also... actually, never mind. I think that's pretty much all I can do. So you're recruiting. You're just hanging out. You guys are sailing. You've already used up all your movement. That's fine. I could recruit a couple more troops here. I guess let's do that. I can get one. Sure, get a Rorari while you're at it. We'll build that legion like we've built this legion, and then this one I think is eventually going to get swapped to something more like this, something a little bit heavier. Okay, so we didn't finish our research in time to take advantage of this objective, which is a bit of a bummer. It would have helped us with converting, I mean not with converting, but it would have sort of pacified these new settlements for a little while, which is a shame. It looks like our patrician leveled up, or a dignitary. Let's go ahead and choose something here. I don't know that that's going to benefit you. I don't know which of those stats is more valuable for a patrician. Let's look at its skills available though. So if we were going to implant him in an army, economist would be a good choice, but I don't think we're going to do that. Orator allows him to convert. That could actually be pretty useful up in Cisalpina, but I don't really want to march him up there. This is going to benefit us the most in his current capacity. The issue is this actually has some downsides. So while it is going to improve the amount of taxes he can harvest, it's also going to hurt public order in the province. Only by 1 per level, but still, that's potentially a -3. Though I suppose that's still, even at, you know, the full 3 levels in that perk, it still leaves us at +21, which isn't that big a deal. Meanwhile, we get like what, +15% to tax income. What's the final one on there? Yeah, +15 -3. What is your tax income, Rome? Tax level, it's at +33%, so we'd be at like +48%. And I think that just takes it straight from province wealth. Yeah, so that would be, at its current rate, something like 500 gold per turn, potentially more as that goes up. So I think that's worth it. Alright, we'll choose, well, let's make sure there's nothing else here. Gold stolen when deployed in enemy territory. Again, this is good if you're implanting the patrician in an army, and this is something you'd want if you're going to send them off to act against enemies. So yeah, we'll go strict. Construction reports. Great. Household expands. +2 authority when leading an army. That might be a good thing to have on someone. +1 public order from military presence. That could be useful right now too. More morale. I don't have anything against morale, but 2% is not a lot. Okay, got some recruits. And people are pissed, aren't they always? So let's see about our households. I care about my own characters first. Sure, +1 public order. Yeah, go ahead and do that. What do you have right now? +1 security against cunning agent actions. Or So that only works in local province. It's not like anything against him. It's just if like a spy is trying to do something in the area where he is. That would give him authority up to 6. That might be a good idea. Or just some more morale. I don't mind the authority, I guess. And then we have +5 melee attack for all sword-armed units, which pretty much all of our units are sword-armed. Yeah, that's fine. What about you? What do you have? That's okay. +1 cunning. No. Charge bonus. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Right. You're just hanging out in Rome, right? So that would be somewhat useful for you. And sure, take some more cunning while you're at it. Okay. You're just hanging out, right? Perfect. You should be no longer on forced march. As soon as they're replenished, I think we'll start our next campaign. You guys need to be in the city. Public order is still trending down. That's concerning, but this should really help when it's finished. And since we're done recruiting, we can tear down this building and we'll build a... I think that's the exact same stuff we have right now with this. So yeah, we'll tear this down. And we'll build a temple there that'll help convert the populace. Because that's the biggest issue we have right now, is Latin is 0. And it's not really changing all that much. You guys could also use food. Let's convert this so we can start upgrading it. And if I upgrade this to... I'd really like it to be another harbor, but that's going to run us out of food as well. Which this is already going to do. And that will as well. That's not going to give me any more cultural conversions, so that's not useful right now. Let's do a harbor. And we'll just have to upgrade this as soon as we can. But as long as we have a surplus of food for the faction, it doesn't really matter if one of our provinces goes a little bit under. And I guess if I wanted to, I could upgrade one of these too. Do I need to secure any more loyalty first? -11, but we already secured theirs. Why did everybody's jump so negative so quickly? That's so weird. They were just at +5, and they shot down over a turn. Well, we can secure the loyalty of House Cornelia, and that'll bring it into the positive. And it'd be nice to keep it that way. But, you know, that's much easier said than done. And you guys can have another unit of Rorari, because why not? And I think that's it for this turn, unless there's something in diplomacy. More factions that we can potentially trade with. They're not interested. I'm not going to trade with Carthage, because we'll just have to cancel that trade agreement before we go to war. Or we'll take a hit to our trustworthiness. Which isn't the end of the world, but if you can maintain it, it makes diplomacy easier. Epirus, are you guys ever going to go away?
I will listen.
No? Oh, man. Just going to be at war with them forever. How about you guys? Do you want to trade?
Friend.
No. I wonder if the spare change I have left over for this turn is enough to
manly stuff.
sway them. No? Okay. It's worth a try.
Well,
what about you guys?
I welcome you.
No. Okay. Well, maybe they'll come around. If we can pick up a couple more resources, it'll make our lives a little bit easier too. So, Batavium has glass, I think, and then I don't remember how to pronounce that. I know generally, like, for a long time, Latin didn't have the letters I or U, and so that's why you'll see stuff written where the U is replaced with a V. Or in a lot of cases, you'll see names like Julius, but it's spelled with an I first because they didn't have a J. So I don't know if that's supposed to be like a Latin J or an I, or I don't know, like Iater? I'm just going to call it Iater, but that's probably wrong. I can almost guarantee you it's wrong. Speaking of wrong, on the subject of Rorari, before we advance, I misspoke. It was either in the first episode or the second episode, but these guys were part of the main sort of, you know, Roman army. I said that they weren't. They were more like a militia force, That's not true. They were like a reserve force. So they weren't part of like the Hastati Principe Triari thing. They would be deployed even behind the Triari as sort of like reserves in case, you know, something happened. Maybe even like a rear guard. It's not super well known what exactly their purpose was, but they did deploy with main armies. What I was thinking of is the Vigiles, which in this game look very similar. And those guys are like your Talon Guard type people. They sort of served as a fire brigade and also sort of like a militia in a pinch. That's what I was thinking of. So I wanted to make that correction. Out of the way, let's advance. Alright, we are no longer protected from secession or civil war. So let's look at that. The way this works is any negative loyalty that exists gets factored into your secession risk. And so right now we're at 1% because everybody is, you know, fairly neutral. House Julia's given us some problems. These guys are a little bit better, and Cornelia is actually somewhat favorable. But as these get more and more negative, this will get higher and higher. And so every chance every turn, there's a chance that you will have a succession or a civil war. The game effectively just, you know, does a random number generator. And as long as we roll like 1 through 99, we're okay. But if we roll 100, then we are screwed. And so the higher this gets, the more likely that is to happen. I think part of the issue is how much influence we have. I should probably start spending influence just so we don't accumulate so much of it. The issue is it's hard to bleed off too much influence without pissing off the other factions through other means or without spending a lot of money. So you can see, for example, like improving relations is going to cost me 1,000 gold. We can spread rumors. That's also going to cost gold. I don't know why rumors are expensive, but they are. Assassinations are just as expensive as rumors. That's kind of interesting. You can get an assassin for the same price as somebody to gossip, I guess. Gifts only cost coin. Favors cost coin and influence. So adoptions are really the only thing that's free. But that's going to really piss off other people. So I don't know, like, we could try to bring House Papiria into our faction. I don't know if it would let me do that. No, okay, I can't. Probably not because it says he's from a different party. Oh, but I could adopt her. Do I want to do that? Maybe, because I could have her marry somebody, and that would bring another male into our faction that I could appoint as, you know, somebody fairly important. So that could be worth doing. Who has more influence between the two of you? 127, 124. So it's kind of irrelevant. Who has more authority? You do, because of the Galloper. I need to have how much more than the target? It says 2 more authority than the target, which we have 3 more, so we'll be fine. So Pontia, welcome aboard. She's accepted and offer and pledged her allegiance to our new party. I think that pissed off everybody, though. Not really, no. I mean, not especially. Okay, so she's now like our adopted daughter, even though she's not that much younger. Not that much younger. So at some point what we can do is, if she has enough gravitas or influence, we can spend it to find her a husband who then becomes another male character that we can deploy as needed. I don't know if we can marry her to characters from other factions. Not in the same way that you can in Attila anyways. Let's give her that. You don't have any units to give morale to, so that's probably it. Okay, well that bled off some influence, so that should lower this. As our influence grows, this comes further over. People get more and more upset at us, and we don't want too much of that. Let's see, does having like lower... I mean, obviously we want to stay toward this end, but I worry that going too far does have other ramifications. But maybe not, maybe I'm thinking of the older system, where in the older system before the major update, people wouldn't like it if you got too influential. You'd actually increase your chance of a civil war if you gained too much power because people saw you as a threat. Alright. Still have money. Where do we want to spend it? Auxilia, how are you guys doing? You need consecrated ground. So that's taken care of. Where is my current... so I can have more agents. I should probably start getting some. Building or training one here would be a decent idea. A dignitary, that is. So, which one's going to benefit you the most? That'll improve tax rate, which is what we want. He'll also improve tax rate and cultural conversion, which would be helpful. And what do you do? Cultural conversion. He's better at cultural conversion, but he also gives us improved tax rate. I think we'll deploy you. Okay, so next turn we'll have him administrate, and that should help Milan a little bit. I can also train another champion, which would be a good idea. Let's make sure I don't need this money somewhere else first, before I waste it all on agents. Could upgrade you, but it's not pressing. Not a lot to do there until this reaches 3. So back over here. Unless I wanted to upgrade this. But again, there's not really any reason to speed up growth because I don't have the town to spend the population surplus. I could do something like this to get us more income, but I gotta be a little bit wary about food. I can do that next turn. Let's get the champion now. Or, you know what, no, let's do this and we'll get the champion next turn because this is going to take a little while. So the sooner we start it, the sooner it finishes. And I think that's probably all we can afford. Yeah. We'll train the champion over here. We'll put it in this army because they don't have one yet. And we'll probably build him the same way we built this one, where we'll go all in on siege expert first and then we'll focus on other stuff. Do I want to try to throw some money at a trade agreement? If it's low, it's not going to happen. If we can get somebody to, like, moderate, who's not going to accept, and then, you know, maybe push him over the edge with some gold, that's more what we're looking for. But if they're at low right now, it's going to take a lot of gold to sway them, so there's really no reason to bother. Is that trending upwards at all? I don't think it is, but that's okay. As long as they don't declare war on me. For the time being, it's fine, and we can deal with them later. They might actually get crushed by the Sessitani right here. They're at war with a couple factions in Telekinesis, I believe. And these guys... Oh yeah, these guys too. So yeah, the Massilians might get defeated by either Celts or Iberians or something. Well, I suppose we'll just end our turn there then. Alright, so yeah, just as I thought, Massilia was just defeated. Subject gains notoriety, we'll have to look into that in a moment. Couple things finished building there. We've been early spring, that's always nice. That'll be useful for... I think Marcus Junius Brutus already has one of those, so we'll give it to Decimus Junius Brutus. Province contested. Oh yeah, because technically we held that whole province since that was our client state, but like realistically we never actually held it. Let's look at this subject that's gained notoriety. Some fool has been caught defacing the temple of Jupiter. Such matters should not be taken lightly. Yeah, let Jupiter decide his fate. Why not? Okay, so with that out of the way, let's see about our buildings. Nothing to really do there. I can't upgrade these. That can get converted, but it doesn't necessarily benefit me right now to do that. Except for the naval garrison, but I'm not super worried about it. More food is probably wise. I did say we'd build that straight away, so let's do it. This will drop them to -1, but then they'll go from -1 to like +2 or 3. You need to deploy. That should help convert this populace a little bit faster. Not much, but it's already going about as fast as it can. Though I don't know if there's like an upper limit on how fast it can go. All I know is that the 3 green pips upward is all you'll ever see, is like the most. So there's like 1, 2, or 3. But how high 3 actually goes, I couldn't tell you. Down here, we can upgrade these farms, but food is actually fine. We can upgrade this, which might not be a terrible idea because we are still dealing with a lot of Hellenic influence here. That is going to be all my money, though. I think I'd rather start pouring that into some more armies. I might have them switch again. Because I need you to start recruiting. Actually, can you even? No, I need this army to be in Italy. Which is kind of unfortunate. Is this place going to be okay if you leave? I'm guessing yes. Yeah, so it'll still be like +9. Maybe a little bit lower because I think the general is also playing a part in that, but if you guys would be so kind as to sail as fast as you can to, I mean, just get to Rome. It doesn't really matter. Just, I need you in Italy. No, I didn't want you to do that. I guess that's fine. Whatever gets you there fastest, though I think sailing would have been a little bit quicker. Well, no, because all they need to do is step across the border. So that's fine. Alright, you need to force march into Massalia to keep that place in order, and this should still be... Okay, so it's +6 now. So, military presence, and then he, I think, was giving it another +3. Or maybe the veteran, or maybe some combination of both. Okay, and then if we come down here, let's start training some troops for you. I almost wonder... Like, public order here's okay. Military presence is +6. Yeah, let's start marching you north. What I'd rather do than train a whole new legion is we'll take some of what we don't need here and transfer it to that one. And then we'll just recruit the difference. Because we don't need 6 Estati here. We'll keep 4 maximum. And we'll replace the leves with velites. So these, like 2 of these guys, both Rurari and all of the leves can transfer to this army. And we don't need to recruit any more there. Then this will get filled up with Principes and Triari and Velites. That makes more sense. So I guess we're spending the money now. Where was I going to spend it? Probably here. Sure, do that. Okay. I think that's another turn done. Okay, this is important news. Carthage has just ended their non-aggression pact with us. I forgot that we had one with them. I honestly don't recall that. That explains why they never declared war on us. But I genuinely don't remember signing one with them. Anyways, that means that they're probably preparing to declare war. They won't do it this turn. They'll have to wait till the next one. But good, it means we're getting ready to move on. So they hold this half of Syracuse, or this half of the... What island is that? Sicily, right? Whatever, they hold that half of it. And then they hold this island. They also hold this, roughly, I think. Or that might be all Libya right there, but they hold at least these 2. And then I think... I don't recall if... Yeah, they confederated... This was originally Nova Carthago, but they confederated with them. So they hold these 2 as well, and potentially more. Oh wow, they hold a lot of Spain actually. Okay, well we're gonna have a pretty large war then. So local bandits have offered their services to intimidate the opposition. How do we proceed? Well, I don't really care to intimidate them. I'm hoping that by refusing, they'll be a little bit more loyal to us. But you could also argue that intimidating them would inspire more loyalty through fear. I'm going to refuse, though. We'll be above that. Though I do believe Julius Caesar did use pretty similar means. He would hire, like, ruffians to beat up political opponents all the time. Anyways, let's see. Technical advancement is done. So we finally finished our philosophy one, just too late to get the objective. I think we really need to go in on advanced construction now, because, again, in Rome we're basically waiting. This is what I was afraid of. We need that technology to upgrade this, and that's going to give us more growth. So I was trying to have that done around the time we were ready to upgrade this, but we got a little bit waylaid. Okay, if you could continue marching south. What happened to your movement? Did somebody sabotage you? Did I miss that? Why is your movement so depleted? That's so weird. You can force march pretty far. But if I do that, I can't recruit. So let's not do that. Though, I don't think you guys are going to be able to get far enough over there. Oh, maybe you are. Okay. So let's have them trade. Any moment here. I need to change that standard. So, all of you guys, and then we'll give them 2 of the lower rank Hastati. Okay, and then that's close to a proper legion now. I mean, not really, but it's close in size. You guys, meanwhile, need to recruit a bunch of stuff. So let's start with 5 Principes. And that's like all of my money, so we'll leave it there. Actually, how much for Velites? I can get 1. Which might be worth it, because I don't think that that money is going to get us anything else. You guys are still deployed. I forgot to grab our agent, our champion, but that's okay. As long as we get him before this war starts. So that we can send him with the legions when they go. Public order here has fallen off again. Is somebody raiding us? No. Why did it turn so negative? That's okay. We'll just have to get somebody back down there to deal with it. I think as soon as these guys can move again, we'll march them back down to sit there. But I believe that's another turn down. Where's my navy, by the way? You guys just hanging out here? You should be waiting in probably Neapolis. I guess we'll double time it to Neapolis. But we may as well have them in a port. I should try to get a couple more units in this as well before we go to war. I am curious, like, what can we recruit? I guess we'll see next turn. Look who it is! Syracuse is offering us a defensive alliance, and they're willing to pay us for it. I am happy to accept that. I've been trying to get them to agree to one for a while, and now here they are offering me money for it. Conveniently, Carthage is about to declare war on us, so if we get this first, Carthage will effectively be declaring war on them too. Our veteran is up to rank 5, and somebody had a son. We'll see who in a second. Our patrician also leveled up. Both of them, actually. Plus 10 loyalty for 5 turns, so that worked out exactly as I hoped. Right, so let's see. Our veteran, let's go with this for the extra movement range. Harbor finished. I don't care about this. Outrage populace. Yeah, I know. Okay, there's all of our Principes recruited. More people upset, and we can war target against Epirus now. I suppose I could do that. Get them to go deal with that fleet that's still lingering. There it is.
We are not known as patient people.
Why won't it let me target that? War target. No? Okay, whatever. Oh, because I have Epirus selected. Whoops. No. Syracuse. try that again. Why is it being weird?
I give you welcome. Let
We're
Zeus and all
allies.
the god.
War target Epirus. It's not letting me do it. Whatever. I don't care. You guys need to get out of Force March. I still need to get them a unit of Principes. They're one short. You need to march all the way back south to here. You guys need to get in a stance where I can recruit. What was that objective? They wanted me to have a couple more. 10 naval units. We have 6, so I need 4. I would much rather have the Volatile ones, but the Volatile ones are more expensive. Not that money is an issue right now. We're getting 4,000 gold per turn. But I don't have the ability to train those here. I think I can in Brundisium, though. I'm going to have to sail all the way back over there. That's fine. Yeah, get to there. Because that'll be a significantly better navy if we have those. You guys, meanwhile, start moving south. But we'll keep recruiting at every sort of stop we make. I want them in Neapolis ready to deploy by sea. Okay. So next is the Triarii. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 of them. And that is 20 out of 20. Okay. Do I need to throw any money at any of you guys? -1, 13. No, everything's pretty good there after that last event. Do I need to throw money at any buildings? Nothing there. That's all fine as well. Right here. Oh, but I wanted like Neptune or something. Neptune's going to give us more cultural influence, which is probably the most important thing here. Also, just for like roleplay reasons, whenever I have a port city, I like to have Neptune, but that's not really relevant here. Skip one of the Velites. That'll be enough. Cool. Alright. Is that another turn done? I feel like we're flying through these, but we are kind of gearing up for war. So it's probably for the best that we're moving through them fast. Is public order wise to lose here for tax rate? I wish there was one that would help you convert local populaces a little bit faster. But as far as I know, there isn't. At least not in this first tier, so let's just take that. Okay. At some point, I'll need you guys to recruit another Principe. Or Principe. I'm pretty sure it's Principe because most, like, Roman, like, ancient Latin, the C was a hard C. Like, Caesar should be, like, Kaisar. But, modern, like, ecclesiastical Latin, and then just our modern pronunciation of Old Latin usually uses the soft C, so, like, Caesar, more like an S. Anyways, I'm just going to use those interchangeably. You guys need another one, though, but I don't have the money for it, so let's just advance. That's you, right? Yeah. What to do with you? I can't go into this tier yet, so let's just keep sticking with more money. A couple factions in, like Hispania have been destroyed, and I'm very curious as to who destroyed them. There's a lot of fog of war over here, so I can't really see. It looks like this faction here, the Averni, defeated the Vivici. I don't know. I guess the Editani took Terrico from the Sessitani. Yeah, because they had it before. Okay, so it's just intertribal stuff. I was worried that Carthage was like making their way up Spain and taking over all of it, and I was gonna have to take it all back from them. That's useful, actually. We'll give that to our main character. Marcus Junius Brutus is respectful, and it looks like our first patrician is a teller of tales now. Trespasser. Is it trespassing? Oh, I was gonna say, is it really trespassing if they're a client state? But then I forgot that they were like destroyed. That's fine, I guess. If we want to, we can just go to war and crush them right now. We don't technically have any diplomatic treaties with them at the moment, I don't think. I'd have to go back and see. There's our recruits. You guys are still pissed. That's at 0. Could be worse. I'll see if I can get a little bit more public order drummed up there. Editani and Epirus has been destroyed. Finally. Finally. Okay. So, do we have any relations with you guys still? No, we're not considered a client, or they're not considered a client state of ours or anything like that. We're not trading or whatever. So I can literally just do this. There's no ramifications from it. Oh, we did become untrustworthy. Maybe there was. There shouldn't have been, because we were not like allied to them or anything anymore. Yeah, just wipe them out. So when it canceled their client state status, we shouldn't have taken diplomatic penalties, but apparently we did anyways. Whatever. It'll recover after a while. That's just kind of disappointing. Plus they were trespassing. We had like diplomatic reasons to do that. So you guys keep marching south to help the public order here, though it is slowly recovering itself. They've been destroyed. Yeah, I'm aware. I did it. You guys march to here. We'll get you your last unit of Velites. So that legion is ready to go. If you march to the border to do some recruiting... Oh, but you can't recruit Principes there. Damn it. They're just going to have to be short one unit for the time being. Maybe I can get a mercenary to fill in. Are you really up to... Really? So you're saying these guys are better, or at least... No, I keep forgetting they're mercenaries, so the upkeep is just higher naturally. Morale, yeah, no, they're more on the level of these guys. So, gonna have to find mercenaries elsewhere, probably. So just surveying around, we do still have money to spend, but not a lot of places to spend it. So, what I'm thinking is... but we don't have enough food here, is the issue. So we won't do that. Over here, though, we'll build a farm. And then... Oh, I don't have enough to upgrade that now. So I guess we'll just leave it there and maybe roll this money over to the next turn. Or let's at least upgrade this. We have the funds. We may as well do it right now. And that will eventually need to be a farm, so let's do that too. Alright, so what's going on here? We get +4 Latin culture influence and +4 public order for all provinces. Nice. That'll be useful. Inspired populace, unhappy populace, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Okay. Right. So, other than our navy, I believe we are ready to start a war with Carthage. But obviously the navy is an important part of that, so let's get them here. And we need to recruit... these guys are noticeably more expensive. It's because they're in the better ship, which unfortunately is slower. I'd rather have Velites in these lighter ships. That's a bummer that I can't make that a thing. What we can do, though... God, even the ballista ships are cheaper than these guys. Let's take 2 and 2. Okay, we'll do 1 ballista and 2 Velites then. And that is going to leave us, what, 1 short of our goal? But we can't get the next one until the following turn anyway, so I don't want to tie up that gold if I don't have to. I don't think we need to spend... I mean, it wouldn't hurt to secure their loyalty right now, but I can't afford it. We could throw some money at something here, but I don't think I want to do that. Actually, maybe. We could seek a spouse for her. Zeal, armor, morale. Research rate, yeah, do that. Though, you know what? Scratch that. We'll give it to the wife. No. Okay, it's stuck. It's not going anywhere. What are you carrying right now? +1 cunning? No, take something like this. Yeah, take the thing there. Charge bonus. What do you have right here? Take the armor instead. And then who's in charge of my other legion right now? I believe it's you. Why don't you take the +1 public order? You can also have something for morale too. And you can have those horses. Or the galloper, whatever it is. Okay, so I think right about there is... No, I want to test one more thing. Sorry, I was going to end the episode, but I want to see if
Well met,
I have
friend.
like any options
Say
to
it,
arrange a marriage for our new character there.
Well met, friend.
I don't think so. So instead, let's just spend some money to find her a husband. So it's 560. We can afford it. It's going to take most of her influence. But we have a new family member here. That's kind of nice. So he just naturally gains some gravitas per turn. Unfortunately, his protective wife is going to cancel that out. And let's see. Oh, great. -2 public order per turn? Local province? That's concerning. Okay. So is that in Rome? Characters 1. I think there's other people offsetting it. But she's not helping the matter. That's kind of disappointing. Why would a noble husband give you a -2? That's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, we'll try to get this guy into... Oh, but he does at least cancel out... I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening here. It's hard to keep track of it all. So, he's giving her -2 there, but he's giving us +2 here. Anyways, I think we'll make him a general. So let's get him... like whatever we have here that will benefit that. Upon recruitment, or just let's do experience gain. But yeah, I like having my characters as generals. Alright, and then that's where we'll end it. Next episode, we'll probably advance the turn and then declare war on Carthage if they don't declare war on us between turns. Ideally, they'd be the ones to declare it because that will bring Syracuse in. Otherwise, we'll have to try to do it diplomatically. We'll have to ask them to join the war, which they very well might do, but it could take some, gold on our part to make it happen. Preferably, they would just, declare war on us and Syracuse would hop in because of the defensive alliance. But there's, a chance that won't happen, so we'll have to make it happen ourselves. By that point, our navy should be ready, though they'll have to sail over here to, get involved. One of our legions is in Auxilia, ready to deploy. We're going to sail them to here, and then have them march south to take the city. Meanwhile, you guys can either march through here, or we can deploy them via the sea. Either way, we've got them in ports ready to move, so I think we're pretty much set to start the Punic Wars. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.